So hello and welcome to the RNC here in Hereford, round 3 of the European Football Blinds League, and it's been an incredible day so far, Dylan. Me and you have seen pretty much all the action here at pitchside, and as an England international goalkeeper, there's been some good bit keeping, good bit of defending, but good bit of goals as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've had the best seats in the house all day, and we've seen some great talent. And that's from not just the attacking talent, but the defending talent, the goalkeepers on show today. It's been a really high level, especially as it's not an actual international game. This is a sort of domestic, international or European cup, which, yeah, I've been really impressed with the level of players here. And the range of players, from young players, experienced players, female players. You know, what a great spectacle it is for the game.
And that's it. We've seen every single team play at least once now. Who are those key people, those key teams and key tactics that have really stood out for you so far?
I think it's the individual quality of the players. Hassan Koparan for Dortmund, Jonas for Dortmund, Danny for Charleroi, and Jean-Michel for Charleroi, plus then the RNC talent there. It's been, fantastic, and they're the people that you're watching for that little bit of magic. But I'm really looking forward to this next game, actually.
Well, this is it. Our next game is Dortmund against Charleroi. Charleroi still undefeated after that 2-2 draw with RNC as the first game this morning. Dortmund, though, only conceded 2 goals before their previous game. 1 goal for Charleroi just before that RNC game. I think this could be one of those games that could go anywhere, really.
This is the game that we all want to watch, and the reason why is because there's so much on the game. Are both teams going to be cagey and try and be defensive and not want to leak goals, or are they actually going to try and get that goal and take the ownership of the game and demand the ball? A bit like what RNC have been doing in their 2 games. It'd be interesting to see what happens in this one, because I'm not quite sure.
Well, this is a thing, isn't it? I mean, Charleroi and RNC have been leading the table so far, but Dortmund wanted to pull themselves out of mid-table, got that win over Roma. This could be them knocking on the door for those top 2 positions.
100%. I think it's the team that take their chances and the team that defends more structured.
Sure.
Will be the team that looks to get the result here. It'd be interesting to see how they nullify Danny for Charleroi, for Dortmund, because I think that would be an interesting matchup. Not having Hassan at the back for Dortmund's a big thing, because he's German captain, very experienced, knows how to use his body well, and knows the cues to stop an experienced player. So it'll be interesting to see how their back player gets on for Dortmund in this matchup.
Well, you mentioned the front line of Dortmund. He looked so comfortable on that ball in the previous game. The ball just stayed glued to him most of the time. He just dribbled through defences like they weren't there at times.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see as well if Charleroi expand their defence. So what I mean by that is they try and mark the switch pass or the line pass to Jonas, because by doing that it opens the middle of the pitch up. So it'll be interesting. Do they do that, or do they, because after seeing Hassan Kopalan's threat through the middle, do they actually let them have that pass and then go from that? But yeah, only time will tell.
And Charleroi did, to get the 2-2 draw, of course they did well. They really were evenly matched with RNC earlier on. They did some very quick goals. They got the ball up there quickly, scored quickly, got back and defended. I think that could be key against Dortmund.
Definitely. And having the Charleroi team having a decent break. So have they reflected? Have they expanded? They've been in a tough game compared to the Dortmund team that have had an easier game against Roma. Sure. So are they ready for the level of intensity? I know that Charleroi have come to this trip and expecting 2 really high-level matches, so they're probably prepared for that. Are Dortmund prepared for that?
Well, this is the thing. The last time these 2 sides met, it was only a 1-0 victory for Charleroi. Dortmund really did push them hard. Will that play mentally into it as well?
I think Charleroi will believe they can do it.
Well, you can hear them in the background, Charleroi.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how Dortmund approach this game. As Adams mentioned earlier for RNC, they were expecting Nino to be there for Charleroi today, and that makes a massive difference because he's experienced, he scores loads of goals, he's ruthless from penalties. Let's see if Dortmund adjust what they're doing to stop Danny, who's a big threat, but we know that that's their threat that they're looking for, and that's probably their only chance of scoring goals.
Sure. And actually, that's a good point that you mentioned earlier on, that Dortmund played Roma, whereas, without being disrespectful, Charleroi playing RNC, that is a arguably higher level game. Are they more mentally prepared for it than Dortmund? Because Dortmund thinking, oh, well, we got the big win, but were they tested as much as Charleroi were?
I don't think they were tested as much, but they know they're going to be tested now. This is the thing with the blind football community. It's a small group, and they all know each other. They've played against each other a lot, so they're not going to be aware of what's coming their way, and they know this is a big game. And also, from Dortmund's point of view, this is their chance to get back into this competition. Yeah. If they lose today, chances are going to be pretty slim to go and win this European Championships. If they win today, it opens these championships right up.
Well, absolutely. I mean, you then look at the table and it's Dortmund only with the one loss, with a big win here, can pull themselves into contention for the title. But as you mentioned there, blind football really is a community. I mean, we were speaking to some of the RNC players yesterday who put on Roma shirts as a friendly before preparing for this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the togetherness of this whole sport is there. It just now it's the time to get it showcased out there, doing exactly what we're doing here, growing the sport, growing the spectacle, and that's really the key now for the next couple of years in blind football.
And that's been really the key feature of today so far. People joining us on the stream, everyone here at the RNC as well. The community really is shared. There's a nice atmosphere around.
Yeah, I mean, the atmosphere has been unbelievable with the fans at the top. Each team, the referees, the organisation that's gone into it, the broadcasting team, it's absolutely been a fantastic day.
Well, Dylan, you've been absolutely loving it. Hopefully a new role after the England goalkeeper duties, as we have a very hotly contested game on the way for you. Don't go anywhere, as we have Charleroi taking on Dortmund coming up next.
Well, good afternoon once again from the Point 4 in the city of Hereford. It's third against second in the European Blind Football League table. This is a massive game. Both of these sides need a victory to put pressure on our NC Hereford at the top of the table. Charleroi know if they win, they'll go level with Hereford, but only on goal difference. But for Dortmund, if they were to gain victory, they would leapfrog over Cecifoot Charleroi into second place in the table. Alongside me again is Dixie Dean, and he'll be giving us an insight into the game. But your thoughts quickly ahead of kickoff?
Yeah, this should be a cracking game. Two good sides. I think they're pretty well balanced, so I'm looking forward to a really, really good game of blind football. And yeah, it should be good. Two English referees, Stuart Worthington, Mark Heap. Very experienced, they'll control the game nicely.
Dortmund in their change kit of black shirts predominantly with yellow trim, and all fluorescent yellow for Cecifoot Charleroi. I'm not sure which way this game is going to go. A whole host of internationals for both sides, and you know, I'm sure they're each going to go for the victory, because I don't think a draw would suit either team.
No. For RNC, the best thing that could happen is a draw. But for either of these two teams, they need to go for a win. And I can't call it. I really can't call which way this is going to go. Like Dortmund in their previous game today looked very strong, especially the two lads up front. Looked particularly strong. So, yeah, it could go either way. Charleroi, yeah, full of experience. Daniel on song in the first game.
I mean, looking at the Dortmund lineup, hat-trick for Hassan Koparan in the last game. He showed his powerful presence up front, so that might give the Dortmund Charleroi defence a little bit to think about.
Indeed. But as I said, Daniel in the game against RNC, the opening fixture today,
unstoppable.
I thought he was outstanding.
Yeah, Portuguese international Daniel Faria scored from an impossible angle, I felt, to find the top of the net in that game against RNC Hereford earlier on. We were just about ready to go. Dortmund will be kicking from left to right as we look in this first half. Stop clock is ready at the 15-minute mark. Two officials meet in the centre circle, get the instructions through, final instructions before we get this underway. So Charleroi on 11 points, Dortmund on 10 points, both chasing unbeaten Hereford. But I have to say Charleroi are also unbeaten with that 2-2 draw earlier on today in the 9:30 kickoff. Once again, you get the impression this is a vital game. First v second in an opener, and it's now second v third in the table. So, final instructions to the coaches, and here we go. It's Dortmund kicking off from left to right. Is that man Koparan, who blocked. Ball forward for Charleroi on the right hand side. Berchenschamp trying to get there, putting a little block in Faria waiting at the far post for an attempted cross, but it's come through to the goalkeeper for Dortmund, who kicks it out, and is allowed to do that as the ball was given to him to his feet rather than throwing it out, but it's gone a little bit too far and it's deep now in the Charleroi half, right by the corner flag in fact. Now it's clipped forward over the halfway line into the Dortmund half. A forward run by Faria. Oh, he almost got there, just a little touchdown from Copperan, took it away from him, out to the boards, level with the penalty box on that far side. We've had the first minute of this game here at the point 4 in Hereford. It's still Dortmund 0, Charleroi 0. No quick goals so far. Ball right in that corner and kept there at the moment. Now it's gone out of play and it's going to be a corner. Corner, says the referee. So a threat from Charleroi early doors.
Good battling by Daniel there against the big German lad. Battled well for it.
So Copperang goes into that defensive wall inside the box. Everybody back for Borussia Dortmund. Cecifoot, Charleroi corner. Clock stops, of course, every time the ball goes out. So corner taken now. Taken short, far side. Now it's a little bit of chipped effort, but Copperan is there. Gets bundled over. Referee doesn't see that as an infringement. And it's highly contested here as Daniel Faria gets a shot into the side netting, whipped in a right foot shot. Couldn't quite direct it on target, and there's a mask down somewhere. So the referee will have to stop play for a moment.
Yeah, it's just a German head guard.
Furban it was. But that's been replaced, so we can get the match back underway. And Copperang has come very deep for Dortmund to collect it, just outside his own penalty box. Diagonal run now. Up in towards the centre circle. He's partially blocked by Daniel Ferrer. And he's trying to work his way through now. And he's done well here. Beat the first man. That's got to be a tug back. And is that going to be a team foul?
Yes, that's a team foul. He's got both hands around his stomach and he's pulled him back. So that's a first team foul after only 2 minutes.
So Charleroi have a free kick then on the halfway line. Faria peels away to the left hand side. He's gone right up front now towards the 8-metre penalty spot vicinity, but forward ball. Will it reach him? It will. Oh, he's tangled with the goalkeeper there, and he manages to pick the ball up and keep that out, and away come Dortmund on the counter attack. And referee stop play. Injury here to Daniel Faria.
Yeah, I think he's collided with the goalkeeper.
He did. He put his foot in there and it hurt. Had a couple of falls in the opening game against Hereford, if I remember rightly.
Yes, yeah, you're right, he did, Keith.
All action player, likes to mix it when necessary.
Yeah, he's not frightened to put his foot in where it hurts, that's for sure.
So he's down getting treatment at the moment with 12 minutes and 55 seconds of the first half left on the stop clock. It's Dortmund 0, Charleroi 0. And you were saying there's only 1 goal between these sides the last time they met.
Yes, yeah, it was a very narrow win by Charlotte against Dortmund, which was a great game to watch as well. So, yeah, there's not much between these two teams at all.
I think Cecifoot will be concerned here about probably a star player in that opening game. They want to make sure he's okay to continue. They're going to make a substitution, so he'll be off the field for a little while anyway. Physio concerned, but
a little bit of shock perhaps.
A little bit of that, I'm sure. They put his foot in right with the goalkeeper, Leidecker, and he's going to be okay to hobble off at the moment. He's holding the lower of his back as well as his foot, I think. So hopefully he's going to be okay, can have a little bit of a rest, take time out and see if he can come back on.
I think he's just fallen awkwardly, hasn't he? He's gone over the top of the goalkeeper and fallen on his shoulder and has just ricked his back a little bit. A couple of minutes off and a bit of stretching. I'm sure he'll be fine.
So it's going to be a bounce ball just inside the Cecifoot Charleroi half. On the far side, that's the Charleroi right. Referee with the ball. Sure, we'll shake it before dropping it, I imagine.
What he'll do is he'll put it against the board, so he'll stand a metre away from the board and he'll throw it in against the board rather than dropping it down.
Right, okay, so here we go. Get the match back underway. You can see Daniel Ferrer still holding the base of his spine off the pitch at the moment, but it's not giving it up, as though he's ready perhaps to come on some stage in the future. The ball is, as you say, Dixie dropped against the board. Both teams fight for it on the far side. So Furman there, really holding on to it. And Copperan, a good swift move down the left off the ball. He's over the halfway line already. He's got options to his left. Furman's waiting for it, but he's continuing his run and he gets tripped. And I think that'll be another team foul, but this time it'll be against Charleroi.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, he's left his foot there, and
Copperan was the threat.
Copperan's just gone over his foot.
I mean, for a big man, he's got a nice touch on the deck.
His movement is very good for it. You know, he's quite a large guy, and his movement's really good.
A determined player. 3 men in the Charleroi wall at the moment. Referee's going to pace out is it 5 metres?
5 metres, yeah.
So they're going to have to force back towards the 8 metre penalty spots, that sort of range. Very, very central. I think the ball will be rolled here by Copperan. 12.5 minutes left in the first half. We wait the first goal in this match here at the Point 4 in the city of Hereford. So here we go. And it's left for Furman. Furman with a shot. Ooh, that was close.
Yeah.
Tell you what, that wasn't far away.
No, I don't think the keeper, if it had been inside the post, I don't think the keeper would have got that. He's sort of a bit stationary there.
Turned smartly, right foot shot, low. Almost went in. A long throw now from one end to the other, and that'll be a throw out for Dortmund. Down below us to our left. Copperan again makes himself available in the right back position, and he's collected the ball now up against the boards. Diagonal run from him from that corner, approaching the centre circle, tries to whip it forward down the middle. Bit of confusion there. Furman almost reached it. But, it's a good tactic that from Dortmund with the run of Furman.
Yeah, he's going from outside to in, just hoping to get a touch on it, change the direction of the ball, close to the keeper, make it difficult.
It's a comfortable win against Roma, but I thought Furman showed what he's capable of. Anyway, Charleroi now attack out towards the corner flag on their right-hand side, working in now. Bertie Sharon, down goes the keeper. One-handed save, it's still in the penalty area. The goalkeeper's not allowed to come out there. So it's whipped, and Bertie Shaw has got a touch to it, so it will be the goalkeepers.
Yeah, goal clearance there. Keeper was a little bit casual there, just going down with the one hand.
But then he couldn't come out of that area, so he had to leave the ball. Needed to get a message to his defender, really, but now it's Copperan over the halfway line. Diagonal pass, that's intercepted neatly. And here comes Charleroi up to the right-hand side on the halfway line. Little drag back, little flick forward. No Charleroi player is there though, and that'll just about dribble its way out of field for another goal clearance. This time Copperan is ignored, and instead it's out to the left-hand side for Borussia Dortmund. Nice angled diagonal pass to the board on the right-hand side. Hassan Altenbus was the intended target. And what's the referee given here, Dixie?
Yeah, that's a corner. It's come off the Charleroi defender. He's just got a touch on it just before the line. So it's a corner to Dortmund.
Corner then, right-hand side. Across comes Copperan. Seems to be involved in all of the set pieces for Borussia.
He's everywhere, isn't he?
Demands the ball seemingly. And here he goes again, attacking the box, but there's a little block put in there. And then two players sort of combine, and the referee doesn't see that as a free kick. Furman dashes back into the Borussia Dortmund half to collect it up against the boards. He's dribbling now over the halfway line. He's continuing his run. Across comes a defender. Partial block by Corentin Detra, but it's out for a corner. Corner to Borussia Dortmund. You just get the impression that, again, it's Dortmund that are trying to impose themselves on the game. Charleroi, like they did against Hereford earlier on, rely on getting it deep and then a counter-attack.
Yeah, they're setting a low block and letting Dortmund come on to them.
There's Furman, the diagonal run. He's over the 8-metre penalty spot. Right foot shot low. Keeper's saved it with his knees almost, and it's bounced out to the boards on the near side. Charleroi have it for a moment. So continuing a run now. This is a good one. Over the centre spot. Continuing run now up to the edge of the area. Can Bertie Champ get a shot in? He's forced out by the boards. Got no support there, really. He's all on his own as far as the Belgian side are concerned. Now he's up against the boards. Tangling away there on the far side. Berthold was a attempted tackle. It's come across to Detra. Detra up to the centre spot. Starts the move again. Flicks it out to the right-hand side for Bertie Champ. Bertie Champ by the corner. And he gets a low delivery into the box. The goalkeeper can't pick it up yet. Oh, touch there from Corentin Detra. Was that seen as a touch?
Yeah, he swung for the ball, he's missed the ball, he's kicked the goalkeeper. So
again, the keeper he just had to leave it. He had to be patient. Couldn't handle it outside that 1 metre by 6 metres penalty area. But he has won a free kick for Borussia Dortmund. We've got 9 minutes and 18 seconds left of this first half. It's a very tight affair. Dortmund probably the better of possession so far, but it's still Dortmund 0, Charleroi 0.
And at the moment, Keith, it's all looking good for RNC.
I'm sure you'd look at it that way. Yes, that would keep the gap at the top of the table. But here comes Furman. Oh, stretch to it, through to the goalkeeper for Cecifoot. He rolls it out neatly and smartly out to the far side. He's got too much on it? Yes, he has. It'll be a goal clearance for Dortmund. Yes, RNC Hereford on 14 points. Cecifoot Charleroi on 11 points. And Borussia Dortmund on 10 points so far in the league table. So that just shows you what a huge bearing this match will possibly have on the final European Blind Football League table. But there's a lot of football to go before then. There's an attack here. Shot from Bertie Champ. Palmed away by the goalkeeper, Leidecker. Still in play, is it? No, the referee's seen that as having gone out. And that'll be a corner for Cecifoot Charleroi.
Charleroi seem to be coming into the game a little bit more now, Keith.
Yeah, they've got Bertie Champ up, haven't they? So he's a bit more of a forceful presence. I think someone was telling me he's scored over 50 goals for the club since its inception. And he is going to be involved with this corner. 8 minutes 40 seconds to go in the first period. Still goalless. Here's Bertie Champ. Up to the area, left foot delivery across the box and behind for a goal clearance. 2 team fouls by Charleroi so far, 1 by Dortmund in this first half. Don't think we've seen a penalty.
We haven't
as usual in the matches so far. Usually get count back on team fouls.
Got Daniel coming back on for Charleroi.
He's recovered. He's got a bandage on his right wrist as well. I'm not sure that was there at the kick-off. Somebody will correct me, but
yeah, I don't think that was there.
So he suffered a bit. He's had an ankle injury challenging with the goalkeeper. He's hurt the smaller in his back.
And now he's got a wrist injury to boot.
Yeah. But very, very good player. And ball's up to the other end now. Furman can't anticipate this, and it's gone behind for a throw out. Goal clearance, rolled, in fact, short. Short to Corentin Detra, Belgian international, as most of them are actually. Works his way cross field, still in his own half, just behind the centre circle. That's a good accurate ball off the board. Far side for Bertie Champ. Just ahead of the centre circle. Left-footed pass off the boards here, level with the penalty area. Daniel Faria. Lovely little turn and right foot shot, almost like a toe poke effort this time. But it's straight at Leidecker. That's Nick Leidecker, the goalkeeper.
Yeah,
Must be brothers, I would think.
Yeah, I think they are. There was no backlift on that at all, was it? It was just a short stab with the toe.
But yeah, Nick Leidecker is equal to it. One of the two-sighted goalkeepers. That's Timo and Nick Leidecker. Ball with Furman just inside the Cecifoot Charleroi half. Right up against the boards. Referee doesn't blow because it can be moved, and Furman does well to switch out to the right flank. Altenbus tries to get it across field, but that's eventually cut out on the boards on the far side by Corentin Detre. Back towards the goalkeeper, who has to put his legs out just in case there was a touch. But Charleroi do eventually come away with it. Got it under control. It was a dribble up to the centre circle. That's a good looking ball, but well read that. Good interception from Copperan. He comes away with it over the halfway line. Burst of energy there and a burst of pace through the middle. Oh, I thought he was going to ride that particular shoulder challenge. The referee has given it as a free kick.
Yeah, no void there, Keith, from the Belgian lad.
So that'll be a team foul?
Yeah, that's a team foul.
So that'll be the third of the first half for Cecifoot Charleroi. Referee indicating that to the officials on the far side of the pitch. So we await the first goal then in this, the fourth match in the third round of matches here at the point 4 in the city of Hereford is Copperan. Copperan turning. Good interception by Daniel Faria. Gets pushed in the back, referee allowing that to continue. Ball out on the boards, right hand side. Real hustling there, and it's Charleroi who've got the ball just into the Borussia Dortmund half. Crossfield pass by Detre, partially blocked back into the Charleroi half, deep in fact on the left hand side. It's off the boards. Faria turns his man, but that's forward pass. Nobody was really there, and it's a long throw from the keeper, far side of the pitch. Still 0-0 here as Furman has the ball, running diagonally across the centre circle. Good first touch, good quick feet out to the left hand side. Can he get a shot in? No, he can. Oh, really good effort there. Lovely dribble.
Yeah, he's very quick across the ground there. Opened up the angle for the goal. Just hit the side netting with his left foot.
Very much a two-footed footballer, and I mean that in the sense that he can get shots away.
Yeah,
both left and right. That was a shot here, as you'll see on the monitor, onto his left foot and just wide of the target. But now back live, ball deep in the Borussia Dortmund half. Berthold up against the boards, 2 against 1 for Borussia. Nice back heel, Furman. Blocked by Faria, who anticipated that. Bravely works his way across field, still in the box. Now he gets challenged, and what's the referee's verdict there? A goal clearance.
Yeah.
Nothing between these two teams really. Charleroi, we have to be a little bit concerned. They've had 3 team fouls in the first half so far. They picked up this ball uncontested, little dribble into the Borussia Dortmund half. Still going on the far side, and a shot. Down goes the keeper, Leidecker, and that will be a corner. Had to make sure he got there, Nick Leidecker, and it will be a corner for Cecifoot Charleroi. Far side of the field, that's the Charleroi right, and it looks as though Jean-Michel Bertincham is going to come across to help out with this one. Everybody back inside the box for Borussia Dortmund. Clock ticking down. Where are we now? 4 minutes and 57 seconds to go in the first half. Still 0-0. Faria challenge there with Furman. Then ball rolls safely through to the goalkeeper, who's able to grab it at his near post, and a quick throw out over the halfway line. Furman still going. Cuts inside slightly. Nice little drag back here. Right footed shot. What again? How close was that?
Yeah, the keeper's just got a touch on that one.
I think fingertips there kept that out.
Pushed it round the post. We're going for a corner. Great move from Borussia Dortmund.
Jonas Furman, it was. He's the danger man. He got his sort of pacey running, and then you've got the physical presence as well, haven't you, of Copperan.
Yes, that's
get the name out
yeah.
slowly. Player down at the moment for Charleroi, so you'll have to wait for this corner to be taken. 4 minutes and 34 seconds remaining on the stop clock in this first period. Still 0-0. Sun's disappeared a little bit. More clouds in the sky above the city of Hereford now this afternoon for this last league game of the afternoon. We've still got a friendly between AS Roma and Romania to come. This is the last league match of this set of games. Is it Borussia Dortmund is the next venue?
Yes, that's in May, 20th of May. So we're all looking forward to getting over there.
Corner taken for Borussia Dortmund. Here's Copperan. Low right foot effort. Not enough purchase behind that drive, and that was comfortable for the goalkeeper, who quickly rolls it out to the edge. Bertinchon into the centre circle. Tries a diagonal pass. Daniel Faria collects it, then whips it across the opposite side of the pitch, switching the line of attack. Footed from Corentin Detra. Furman's equal to that though. All action there in centre field as Bertinchon should regain possession and does. Turns over to the centre spot, continuing his run now. Nice little dribble this. Is there an end product to it? Right foot shot, side netting again from Charleroi.
Yeah, a great effort. Good run, finished off with a nice low shot in. Fortunately, the wrong side of the post and hit the side netting.
Yeah, an excellent run from the centre spot, that. Eventually got the drive away, but couldn't quite direct it past Leidecker, the goalkeeper. Deep throw into the Cecifoot Charleroi half. Again, it's Furman tangling there, but the ball I think will go out for a goal clearance with 3.5 minutes to go in the first half.
Timeout,
It's going to be a timeout.
Yep.
I think both sides will probably could do with a few instructions with 3.5 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, get some drinks on board. Just revitalise yourself. 3 minutes to go. Let's have a little break. Don't give anything away now.
I don't think you talk about the flexibility in some of the other games, but I'm not sure either coach will really want to change things at the moment, because both sides are getting opportunities, or albeit sort of half chances, and yet at the back they both look pretty solid.
Yeah, they're very well matched teams, Keith, aren't they? They're sort of cancelling each other out at the moment. But it only takes a small mistake. Someone's going to make a small mistake, and that'll be capitalised on, I'm sure.
Goalkeepers at both ends have needed to be alert. Furman's gone close with a couple of diagonal shots from range that have whistled past the post. So Maurice Lambot hasn't had to make a save so far of any real note, and timeout is over. So 3.5 minutes to go then.
Copperan's been quieter in this game than what he was against Roma.
I think he's playing a little bit deeper so far. Because
Yeah.
Altenbus seems to be a little bit more forward thinking on the right hand side. So we haven't had those sort of penetrative long runs.
Because against Roma he was outstanding.
He was.
Running with the ball.
They couldn't stop him really. No. He was head and shoulders, as it were, above their opponents on that occasion. But here come Cecifoot Charleroi. Bertinchon tried a diagonal pass, hit Furman, comes back off the boards, right on the halfway line on the left hand side for Cecifoot Charleroi. Bertinchon, Jean-Michel Bertinchon, still in possession. Nice little pass as well, out to the right hand side. Might still be collected into the penalty area, but just that final lack of control from Corentin Detra, but good to see him up into the danger area. But it's still Dortmund 0, Charleroi 0. Throw out for Dortmund. Here's Copperan. Shoulder to shoulder there with Faria. And then the ball is cannoned forward, and that should be a goal clearance at the other end of the pitch.
Daniel's doing a great job for Charleroi, because he's stopping Copperan going forward, because they're so worried about Daniel.
Ball forward here into the box. Daniel Faria's gone down, but is got himself up quickly. Seems to have recovered from those knocks earlier. Little ball now, 8 metres out. Will he get a shot? And he tried to. Still going head down, and it's behind for a goal clearance. Wholehearted player for Ria, and he's getting quite animated down there with his fellow players, saying, "Come on, we can do this. Keep giving me the ball. I'll do what's necessary." And he seems to be, as you say, the star man up front for Charleroi.
I think Daniel's played in Brazil for about 10 years.
Yes.
So he's vastly experienced, and I think he's taking Copperan out of the game, because I think Dortmund are so worried about Daniel.
They've brought him back.
So it's nullifying the attack.
And those two are tangling here, but it will go behind for a goal clearance for Borussia Dortmund. 2 minutes and 3 seconds of the first half remain. Will the deadlock be broken before the klaxon at half time? Throw from one end of the pitch to the other. It's gone out now for Charleroi to get us restarted. Throw out, underarm, right back position. Corentin Detre into the centre circle, holding the ball up. Now he tries a pass off the boards on the left hand side. Bertichon challenging there. There's a mask come off somewhere along the line.
It's off Copperan.
Ball towards the centre circle. Game's not been stopped. Ball into the Charleroi half. Furman goes after it. Again, they're really desperate to keep that ball away from one another, and Daniel Faria's come way deep to help out his defence. He's gone on a mazy run. He's up to the centre spot now. Drags it back. Really good, skillful run and shot. Tipped over the bar.
Yeah.
Really good run and shot.
Short back lift again.
Got lift on the drive as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see those efforts on the deck. This time it was lifted, and Leidecker stood firm to palm it out for a corner. 1 minute and 13 seconds left in this first half at the point four. It's the fourth match and the last game of the league campaign here at Hereford today. It remains Dortmund 0, Charleroi 0. And with your biased Hereford hat on, you'll be happy with the draw at the moment.
Yes, this is...
But the ball will come through here. Far post. Little effort. Oh, he couldn't get his... Corentin Detre couldn't connect sufficiently with it, and it's been dispatched up back into the Cecifoot half. Furman hassling away. 3 men converge on him and take the ball away for Charleroi. Nice little jinking run again, and there's got to be a foul there by Copperan. And that will be a free kick. Is that a team foul? It's got to be, surely.
Yeah, it's a team foul. So, yeah, they're on 2 now, Dortmund.
Don't think it'll have an impact, though. It's 44 seconds left in the first period.
Of course, the fouls will be wiped at half-time, so...
So, free kick for Charleroi. 8 metres inside the Dortmund half. 44 seconds left in this first period. Neither side wanting to give this away. Both after the 3 points. Ball in centre field. Cecifoot Charleroi have it. Well, I thought Detre was in possession there, but he lost out initially. But here comes Bertichon. Bertichon just outside the box, drags it back onto his right foot. Right foot effort wide of the target, in truth. And that could be the last action of the first period here. The clock stops on 23.6 seconds. It'll take something to get an effort in on target. We're down now to 19 seconds with Copperan deep in his own territory. Driving from this side out towards the halfway line. That's blocked by Daniel Faria, and he wins a free kick, pushed in the back, and he goes down, wanting a bit of treatment again. He's not. He's quite happy to take a breather, won't he? Let the physio come on with 7.9 seconds left.
Yeah, he's certainly in the wars at the moment in this first half. But as we said, Keith, they've put Copperan on there to do a job on him.
Yes.
They're worried about him.
That's a yellow card. First one I've seen in the competition this weekend. It's Copperan, as you say, man-to-man marking.
Yep.
And he gets a yellow card. And one more and he'll be off. They'll be down to 4 men.
Yes, for 2 minutes.
Oh, it's like
Yeah,
A Sid bin.
yeah. The player has to go off and leave the pitch altogether permanently, but the team go down to
4 men.
to 4 men for 2 minutes or until a goal is scored.
I don't think that will impact the first half. There's 7.9 seconds left. It could be a decisive moment because he is so influential to the Borussia Dortmund setup. Copperan, hat-trick in the last game. A lot more of an attacking intensity from him in that particular game than this one. But,
I think Dortmund are sacrificing him.
Yes.
Because they're so concerned about Daniel.
They don't want to lose the game, but equally, they really need to get a victory to leapfrog over Charleroi and then try and put pressure on RNC Hereford in the upcoming matches out in Dortmund. So they get the, I get the huge backing from a 2,500 crowd.
Yeah, they've sold
in
loads
Borussia
of tickets.
Dortmund, so they'll have that behind them, and it could still go to the wire, this divisional title.
Oh yes, yeah, and the final tournament is in Charleroi in June, so it's not getting any easier.
Tough end of the season for Hereford on their travels then. But Daniel Faria is still down, getting lengthy treatment. Is it his wrist again?
I think so. Yeah, I think it is his wrist. He's certainly in the wars.
Have to get a cast put on there, let alone a bandage, I think. So he's still down.
I'm sure you'll come out second half, Keith.
7 point. Well, he's so, the pivotal player, isn't he? Everything seems to revolve around him in an attacking sense for Charleroi. We're expecting Antonio Martin Gaitan, known as Nino, is it?
Yes,
Nino.
The best penalty taker in European football. But
won a medal at the Paralympic Games in London in 2012, so certainly a valuable player. Spanish international, of course, but he's not here. I think you said he got a back injury.
Yeah, he injured his back in training on Wednesday, and so was unable to travel.
So Daniel Faria by that corner, sort of sitting up now, almost expectantly, but I think it'd be better if he went off here because it's so close to half time. Not sure it would make much difference.
They're going to take.
There is a substitution ready, so that's good. So it's still Dortmund 0, Cecifoot Charleroi 0, and an attack for Charleroi. With 7.9 seconds to go, they need to dispatch this effort quickly.
Yes, they're going to have to move the ball extremely quickly.
So Nick Leidecker, the Dortmund keeper, back on his line. 4 men virtually in that wall. But I think it'll be dribbled slightly and then a shot with just 7.9 seconds to go. Don't think Cecifoot Charleroi could do anything else here. Last action of the first half. Referee's told one of the coaches to go away into the middle third of the pitch by the looks of it.
Yeah, the technical area is only 2 or 3 metres either the halfway line. They shouldn't be anywhere else.
So here's a free kick. Posts are being tapped, so you know what's coming. Should be a shot, I think. That's the right post being tapped. So here we go. And we're back underway. And the shot is in, but it's gone behind for a corner with 5 seconds to go. That was the only way, really.
Yeah.
And they have to do it again now.
Could get a deflection on the way through, though. Makes it impossible for the keeper.
Furman back in the line of defence. Whistle's gone, 4.5 seconds to go. Rolled into the... Oh, and it's Stetro with an effort. I think that could be the last action. It certainly will be. 0.1 seconds left.
I don't think they'll have time to take this corner kick. A pretty safe bet to say they're not going to score.
I think it's going to be 0-0 at half time, yeah. This is right out there then. You have to go through the motions, and that's it. That's the end of the first half. Borussia Dortmund 0, Cecifoot Charleroi 0. Hardly anything between the two teams. The big decision making really from Dortmund, who've brought Copperan back almost to man mark Daniel Faria in this match so far, and that's been really the talking point of the first period.
It has. They're two well-balanced and well-matched sides. And as I say, I think what they've done is Copperan, they've sacrificed him as an attacking threat to nullify the attacking threat of Daniel. So it's taken a little bit away from Dortmund's going forward, but it's strengthened them at the back. So who blinks first? This is the thing.
Having said that, Furman has still had a presence up front, making those darting runs, just trying to drive forward at an angle towards the penalty area. Shots away, both on his left foot and his right foot. So he remains a threat. Charleroi can't take it be too complacent at the back with him around.
No, that's for sure. He's looking livelier in this game than what he did in the previous game. But as I say, someone's got to blink first and someone's got to go for it. And will that be Dortmund? Will they release Copperan to let him go forward and play?
Will team fouls have an effect, you feel, in the second period? The big thing is a yellow card for Copperan in that first period. That, as you say, may affect him for a whole game, but at 2 minutes...
Well, psychologically, it's going to be in the back of his mind. He knows he can't do anything else now. As he's going to walk. The foul count, that's going to go back to 0. So we start again. So that shouldn't really be an issue for them.
But man marking Faria, who's been very, very lively once again.
Yeah.
You just think, there'll be one more at some stage, and he'll have to go off.
Well, that's it. He's got to keep it. I've had a card. He's got to keep that in the back of his mind and make sure that when he goes in for a tackle, he wins it cleanly.
But neither side will be happy with a draw. Surely they want to win.
No, I tell you, someone who will be happy with the draw. There's someone down there who will be extremely happy with the draw.
Half-time score then here at the point 4 is Borussia Dortmund 0, Cecifoot Charleroi 0.
RNC is a specialist residential college for young people with a visual impairment. It's somewhere that you can learn to be yourself amongst a peer group who have similar life experiences. Our broad curriculum combines academic and vocational subjects with specialist skills for life. From independent living skills to braille lessons. From mobility training to learning assistive technology skills. For more information on the RNC difference, visit rnc.ac.uk.
Are you interested in growing your own food? Would you like to learn how to supply your own fresh vegetables on a weekly basis? Would you like to learn new skills? Would you like to share your growing experiences? Why not come over to Bransford Community Farm and see what is growing? Visit our developing market garden open morning on Friday the 19th of May. For more details visit www.bransfordcommunityfarm.org.
So it's 0-0 here at half-time, pitch side in Hereford, Dortmund 0, Charleroi 0. And I believe it was Paul Dixon speaking about you, Dylan, with the person that will be happy with that result at half-time. Of course, England goalkeeper, but also coach here for RNC as well. They're top of the league. For them, a draw between these two sides, the chasing pack, is the desired result.
Yeah, that's what they want. I mean, they're not going to want Dortmund to get a result in this game. You know, I hear that Dortmund are hosting the next league. 2,500 tickets sold. They want to go back with a chance to try and win that title. That makes it difficult, and especially with the RNC team looking slightly different with the England fixtures in Brazil, they're going to really want to hope that this ends as a draw.
Absolutely. Dortmund, if they get a win here, put themselves into the mix, and as you say, taking it home in June in front of a capacity crowd and with a lessened, weakened RNC side, let's be honest, it's going to be difficult if they get the win here.
I mean, as a blind football purist, for me, really, Dortmund are playing really, not negative, but playing in a defensive structure, dropping Corporan back into a flat 3 at the back, not having the attacking threat he had in the first game, because they're not worried, but they want to go in with the best possible chance, so they're happy with the 0-0 to start with, but they're just playing more defensively to stop Charleroi in that attacking threat with Danny and Jean-Michel.
And that drop back has allowed Furman to really exploit that wing at the moment and create the chances there. But Charleroi, as the half went on, kind of read that a little bit more and more and managed to get themselves back into this one.
Yeah, I mean, Dortmund putting the ball from front to back as quick as they can over to Jonas. So Charleroi have realised if they stop that, they've got time to build up their attack, build their dribble, and create a threat. You know, I think the back three for Dortmund are on the 6-7 metres out. So if they turn the ball over at the halfway line, they've got 10 metres to build some speed in that dribble, be creative in their attack, and I think there's a goal coming for Charleroi.
Well, it certainly was a cagey half. Let's have a look at some of those highlights that we saw from both our sides. And as you said, Charleroi, you're sensing a goal coming from them, but Dortmund really did start off this half with really good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the quality in Jonas, you can see here. What he's been doing really well in the games, he's been dribbling out wide, moving the defence out of that middle zone to then come back into that zone to try and create some attacks. And he's really good at that, and there's been a few good chances for him. But as you can see here, you know, Charleroi are building through that middle, and they're starting to get gaps because they're defending as a three. You can see it here. See how they're all in the middle of the pitch. That allows then Charleroi to exploit down the wings, as you said, in Danny and Jean-Michel. To be honest, I'm going to give credit to Jean-Michel, because at the start I said, you know, Danny's their threat.
Yes.
Danny's where they're going to get the goals. But actually, Jean-Michel today has proven that with Danny's little bit of an injury and coming off, you know, he can step up to the plate and score some goals as well.
Well, we've had a few comments from those watching and joining us here for Blind Football. Daniel Facia certainly has a few fans in the crowd. Coach Marcio showing his support for Daniel.
I think he's going to be happy after his performances today.
Thank you, Julie Trigg, for joining us as well. Really impressed with the commentators and the pundits like yourself, Dylan. Antonio Bulza supporting Romania there to come in our final game of the day. And David Jones as well, who actually played for RNC back in the 1980s.
Wow.
Joining us on YouTube as well. Thank you so much so far. And of course, we still got another half to come of this. That truly is a key game for the rest of the European season.
Yeah, and both teams will know that. It'll be interesting to see what they're saying at half time. Charleroi know they're going to create chances. Is Danny going to come back on after his injury? I think he'll try and, you know, they know it's the last game of the day today. Dortmund will be happy. I mean, they haven't created chances and put Nick under loads of pressure, the Dortmund goalie. He's made saves, but they're comfortable. And I think they'll be wary of keeping Hassan in the middle to make them go wide. Because as we spoke about in the RNC game, the key for attackers to score goals is to get into the middle of the pitch. If they can get 6-7 metres central of the goal, it opens the whole goal up. When you come in from sort of wide angles, it does favour the goalie. So it'll be interesting to see what happens now. And to see whether Jonas can keep that energy. Because every time he gets the ball, he's individual, as he's got no support. It takes a lot out of you. So it's like, well, how much can you keep doing that with the right intensity? And it'll be see who's got more in the gas tank. I think we'll get the result today.
So maybe a change up in tactics for both our sides as well into the second half.
Potentially. I mean, I don't think Dortmund are going to risk Hassan going forward too soon. But I think if they're in the game with a couple of minutes to go, why not? You know, I like to see teams taking risks. No, I like to see football played on the front foot.
Sure.
And be expansive, and I think Dortmund can do that with the quality they've showed in the game before. Hassan can do that. He can drive through that middle. I think it's just making sure they're not vulnerable at the back. It's good play. It's just not the most entertaining play for us to watch.
Well, Dylan, it's your final chance joining us here on the stream. You've been incredible, having your insight all day long. I mean, this has been a landmark event for RNC in Hereford.
Yeah, I mean, we do some great work at RNC, and sometimes it's just not getting it out there, or people don't see it. What a great platform this has been to showcase all the great work we've been doing. A lot of effort's gone on behind the scenes, especially, you know, Angie and the comms team, Adam, the coach, not just about being a coach, all the stuff in the background to make this happen today. So yeah, it's been brilliant to be part of it.
Well, Dylan, thank you so much for joining us. Good luck for the rest of your season as well, as we pass it back to Keith and Paul.
I've done a live already. That's what I said. And then I think he said he might take another at 4:45 once we finished.
Keith, you're on.
Read my scrawly writing. We're on. So we're about to restart then the second half here. Borussia Dortmund 0, Cecifoot Charleroi 0. Vital game, second v third. Trying to put pressure on RNC Hereford at the top of the table. A victory for Dortmund would really put them into contention. But Charleroi could draw level with Hereford at the top. Here we go then, second half underway. Jean-Michel Bertinchamp driving it forward towards the corner. Is it kept in play? No, it isn't. That will be a goal clearance for Dortmund then. Will Dortmund change things, do you think, Dixie? Will they send Copperan a bit further up the pitch?
Looks like that's what they've done.
Daniel Ferreira is off the pitch at the moment. So maybe they feel they could gamble a little bit. But it's hustling away there on the halfway line. Referee hasn't stopped the game. Ball with Cecifoot. Detra makes himself available up against the boards on the right hand side, but tracking back there is Furman. Furman then almost trod on the ball but regains it. Possession inside his own half. Turns. Quick skill onto his right foot. Now he's made a forward run, almost runs into Copperan there. Here is Copperan, midway inside his own half. Up against the boards on the right hand side. Charleroi, Jean-Michel Bertinchamp. Bertinchamp, right foot shot. It's the, well, I was going to say the post, but it's hit one of the wheels on the portable goal posts. Comes back into play. The referee spotted that, so it will be a goal clearance.
Yeah, good spot by the referee. Could easily be mistaken for coming back off the post there.
So Dortmund 0, Charleroi 0. Had the first minute of 15 in this second half. Overarm bowl out into the Charleroi half. Right underneath the boards on the halfway line here. Forward run. He's done again exceptionally well there, Copperan, but has to be forced out to the far side. But he has kept possession for the German side initially, and then it's powerfully cleared from one end of the pitch to the other. That'll be a goal clearance.
Clearing your lines, Keith.
It was absolutely clearing. Rolled away to the far end and thrown back into play by Leidecker. Crossfield pass. Copperan trying to bundle his way through. He's been blocked this time though. Saduki. Back comes Copperan. Copperan now with a little bit of space. Out to the boards on the right hand side, almost level with the penalty area. Tries to turn his man. It's come off the Charleroi defence and behind. Is it? No, goal kick's given.
Yep.
Goal clearance rather given. Short throw. Corentin Detra then. Angled ball off the wall into the Dortmund half. And almost an effort from Jean-Michel Bertinchamp. Split second earlier and he would have connected with that.
Double touched it on his left foot. Lost control.
Ball right down the middle for Copperan. And he tries to put pressure on, but the ball has gone back into the box. And if he gets there first, he almost got a shot away. Still in the danger zone. And Cecifoot have managed to squirt it away. Forward run now by Detra. Bundled into the ball by Furman. Furman still there. Battling toe-to-toe, right up against the boards. 8 metres inside the Cecifoot half. Goes down looking for a free kick. And what's the referee said? Carry on.
No, he's saying he got the ball.
Copperan now right on the halfway line. Squirts the ball down the boards on the left-hand side. Still 0-0 here at the point 4 in the city of Hereford in England. It's the last league match of the day here. And it's locked solid at Dortmund 0, Charleroi 0 here. It's good defensive work again at the back. This time by Maxime Detra. And he comes away with the ball almost up to the halfway line. Shields it then away from the tensions of Copperan. Left-footed pass. And Jean-Michel has picked it up here. Bertichon tacks his head down. He's still going. Is this a chance? Is this still a chance? He's got it, trying to get it onto his right foot. He's going into the box and he's carried it a little bit too far. And down goes Leidecker to pick the ball up. That was dangerous.
Yeah, much frustration by the guy behind the goal as well. He threw his hands up in horror.
Here's Furman at the other end, at the diagonal run. He's gone out to the boards now on the far side. Keeps it in by the corner. Oh, that was a flailing arm. The referee says carry on as Furman has it. Working his way. Little touch back with his right foot. Right foot effort. Oh, I think the keeper's touched it. He has. It's a corner that was going in.
Yeah, right down by his near post. Gets a big hand down on it really quickly. Pushes it wide. Good save, keeper. Good shot.
Lambot it was. Got down. Larice Lambot with the save. Corner for Borussia Dortmund. We await the first goal in this particular matchup. 10 minutes and 34 seconds left in the second period. Which way will this game go? Furman collects it from the corner. He's dribbling across. He's just behind the 8-metre penalty spot. Now he's working his way out off the boards on the left. Good control. Still has it. Just not giving this up. And now the referee spotted an infringement there. Dixie, what was that for?
Yeah, the Belgium lad's just run into him and he's just cleaning him off the ball, really. It was all getting a little bit heated there. There was a few arms flailing around as well, so the referee's given a foul just to calm everything down.
Very, very competitive, as you would expect. Second v third in the table. Dortmund looking to leapfrog over Cecifoot Charleroi in the league table if they can get victory. But it's a Dortmund free kick. Referee striding out the 5 metres, pushing the 3-man Cecifoot wall back a metre or so. And so we'll get this game back underway with just over 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes and 16 seconds according to the stop clock. Here goes the danger man Copperan, and he gets tackled, and a clean tackle, and away come Cecifoot. Through Corentin Detra, and that's going to be a stoppage for a while. I think that's definitely going to hurt.
Yeah, there's a sandwich there. The two Dortmund lads have come in and
coming together, wasn't it, really?
Just pinched him out into the middle.
Yeah, Hassan Altenbus, the captain.
Copperan's got to be careful though. That was Copperan again, and the referee's just had a word with him.
Final warning.
Yeah,
it's on a yellow already. But he is such a determined player. If you took that away from him, he wouldn't be as effective as he is.
No. And he's such a big lad too, and when he gets a bit of momentum going, he's extremely difficult to knock off the ball.
Don't see too much of Hassan Altenbus, but he seems to be the organiser, the captain. But he's got some defensive work to do here, as it's a free kick for Cecifoot Charleroi from inside the centre circle. Clock is now at 10 minutes and 3 seconds. Not sure if team fouls are going to play any part in this. As the ball's lifted into the box. Oh, he almost found Bertichon, but it's drifted through to the goalkeeper, Leidecker, who rolls it out. Smartly out up to the halfway line. Furman's there. Pushes his backside out really to get a bit of momentum forward. He's working his way down the left-hand side of the pitch. Blocked. And Jean-Michel Bertichon has picked it up. He's dribbling forward through now. Up to 8 metres out. Drags it onto his right foot. He's still twisting and turning. Right foot shot, good, accurate one. Palmed for a corner.
Good play by Bertichon there. Just relieving the pressure from his defence. Having a little run.
He whipped the shot in, doesn't he, again?
Yeah.
Not much backlift. But he tested Leidecker, the goalkeeper. Corner. Cecifoot Charleroi. Down to 9.5 minutes now to go. 3 men in a wall for Borussia Dortmund, trying to defend this set piece then. Corner's taken short, little drag back by Bertichon. Tries to pass the ball cross field. And the Belgian side keep possession. And it's nipped into the box, but too close to the goalkeeper.
Just taking a look across the pitch at the the Belgian bench, and it looks like Daniel's day is done. He's put a coat on, and it doesn't look like he's going to be coming back on.
Well,
So
that will be an attacking threat taken away from Cecifoot Charleroi. Furman battling away by the corner. He's done ever so well to get into the box and runs into Jean-Michel Bertinchamp, who can come away with the ball here. He's still going over the centre circle to the right-hand side of the pitch. He knows the board is there somewhere, so he's put his hands out. He's kept possession of the ball. He's all on his own up front for Cecifoot Charleroi. Tries to shot from range. That'll deflect off the defender, and it will be a corner for the Belgian side. Attacking potency from both sides really has sort of drifted a little bit.
yeah,
Shots from even further out when perhaps they need to get bodies in the box.
I think they're both frightened of losing.
It is, that has that air.
Yeah,
Yeah. But it is a Charleroi corner. Just over 8.5 minutes to go now. Will the deadlock be broken in this encounter? There's only one goal in it in the reverse fixture. Here they go. Charleroi with it. Crossfield, across the penalty box. Oh, Copperan swung his boot at it. Fortunately for Dortmund, he didn't connect with it. Ball's still out there by the corner flag. Furman, again, does ever so well, and it's deflected back through to the goalkeeper's feet, and he can kick from there. Decides to take it short. Here's Copperan, midway inside his own half. Diagonal run. Such a good player when he has the ball between his feet, driving forward, but he's been forced to the boards in the left back slot for Borussia Dortmund. Bertinchamp battling away up there, and he's won the ball. Going across field now, puts his right foot on the ball and sets himself up for another run. He's bursting into the box, but he's taken it too far, and that will be a goal clearance.
yeah, they're cancelling each other out at the moment, and we've got another injury there.
I think it's a muscle injury.
Yeah, is that
Suddenly stopped,
Bertinchamp?
unless it's cramp. I think it's cramp, you know.
He's done a lot of work in this game.
Suddenly sort of hit him. He thought, that's cramp. Down he went. Pretty sure. He's going to get treatment. What's the referee's verdict? Is he allowed to say roll off or not?
If he has treatment, he's got to leave the pitch. So probably the player's saying, just give me 30 seconds and I'll be okay.
Right. He's got back to his feet then.
He doesn't want to leave the pitch.
Jean-Michel Bertinchamp. He's okay to continue with 7 minutes and 43 seconds left. Dortmund 0, Charleroi 0. Overarm throw. Puts the German side into the Cecifoot half. Lovely little bit of skill on the halfway line by Copperan. He's still got it. Driving forward. 3 men surround him, trying to block him, and he's still forcing his way through. It might come through to Furman, but no. Bertinchamp has recovered from that injury, and he's running from one end of the pitch to the other. He's still going now. He's up to the area, right foot shot. Goalkeeper's hand has stopped it. Bertinchamp almost throwing the players out of the way. He wants to get forward, but Altenbus has read that, and he's working his way out to the touchline in a right back position and slams the ball off the boards. That should give possession back to Cecifoot Charleroi. Maxime Detre challenging there. Surely that's obstruction, Dixie. Why isn't that a free kick?
I think it's just a coming together, Keith. You're going to get those because there's no ball there. No one's got a call. If the ball's there, someone's got to say voy. So it's just a little coming together.
It's gone out of play. Is that a timeout?
It's a timeout.
6 minutes and 33 seconds left. Will we get a breakthrough in this, the fourth match of the third round of games here in the European Blind Football League? It's still Borussia Dortmund 0, Cecifoot Charleroi 0.
Yeah, it's hard to see which way this one's going to go, Keith. I can't see who's going to score, if anyone's going to score.
I think if Faria was still on the pitch, he'd probably side with them, but it's so tight at the minute. Attacking presence of Copperan has diminished a little bit as well. I think he was certainly sacrificed in the first half, as you were saying.
Yeah, I think he's definitely tiring, and
Jean-Michel Bertinshaw seemed to come to the fore, but then he goes down injured a few seconds ago, so he can't be 100% fit.
No, as I say, it's not only the physical output these players are doing, it's the concentration levels, because they have to concentrate all the time to know where they are on the pitch. So it's mentally exhausting.
So, timeout is over.
Looks like Daniel is coming back on.
Well, you called it as he put his coat on, and he was almost on the plane back home. But
no, the coat's off.
They are saying we need you to get a winning goal in the next 6.5 minutes.
Yep, can he manage 6.5 minutes for them?
Will Copperan man-to-man mark him?
Yeah, will he drop back now? Be interesting to see what Dortmund do.
A draw, and then they play their home games in front of a home crowd. That should lift them, perhaps if they get 2 wins.
Yeah,
that would really set the division alight. Long throw for Dortmund from one end of the pitch to the other, and there is Copperan, but he can't keep it in.
Here's the substitution.
Here comes the change. And how instrumental will this change be? This is the man of the moment. Doesn't matter if you're Thierry Henry or Wayne Rooney in the past, or
they've patched him up and put him back out.
Patched him up. They brought him back on. Score the winning goal for us.
2 fantastic goals he scored in the first game this morning against RNC.
Ball with Corentin Detre. Diagonal ball to the far side of the pitch. Jean-Michel Bertinshaw working his way across field. A nice little dribble again. He's found a little bit of space on that far side. Has to turn back though. He's on his own at the moment, but he's got Daniel Faria further forward. How fit is he? He's going to battle. He's going to try and grind this out off the boards by the corner. He's certainly got that bandage wrapped right around his right wrist. Down he goes again. All action. Not giving this up. He seemed pumped up when he was on in that first half especially, but it is a goal clearance on this occasion with 5 minutes and 48 seconds left.
This is getting really good. So Copperan is not picking him up man for man. He's gone up front.
He's gone up front. He could get the ball here. Gets a touch to it, but Detre takes it away. Now it's Jean-Michel Bertinshaw. He's trying to get the ball under control. He's done so up against the boards, and that's a good looking ball for Daniel by the corner flag towards the byline, but Faria couldn't get the cross in quickly enough, and it remains a goal clearance for Borussia Dortmund. Who's your money on then? Come on, DC. Who's your money on?
I'm going to say, I think it's going to be 0-0, but I could see Borussia Dortmund.
It to be 0-0.
But I can see Borussia Dortmund getting a goal here. I really can.
Here's Furman trying to do just that. Burst of pace by the corner. Ball has drifted out of play though. 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes left. Overarm throw, bouncing into the penalty box. Almost found the danger man. Throw. Far side Copperan. Trying to get the referee out of the way. Challenging up against the board. Some of these hits against the boards, it must really hurt. But I suppose they're used to it. Week in, week out.
Yep. It is a physical sport.
Practicing. Nothing given at any level, I imagine. Back comes Furman. Trying to win possession back for Dortmund. Referee keeping a close eye on Daniel Faria here with Furman. Again, almost the referee getting in the way here. They're getting too close to the ball. Furman challenging. It's right down below the commentary position here, and that's gone out of play for a goal clearance. With just over 4 minutes now left for play. Dortmund 0, Charleroi 0. Here come Dortmund through Copperan. If they give him space, he'll run at you. But that's a foul by Jean-Michel Bertinshaw.
Yeah, a little push in the back there.
That'll be a team foul. I don't think they're going to have any impact on this game with 3 minutes and 59 seconds left. But that's a second for Charleroi in the second period.
Yeah, definite foul.
Free kick for Borussia Dortmund. And it's the two players who are most likely to score for Dortmund who are going to take charge of this free kick situation. Half a metre ahead of the centre circle. The wall is back to 5 metres, 3 men in it. Could be a pivotal moment as, oh, it's a long range shot. That's gone over the boards. You don't see that too often. And that'll be
a kick in from the side.
In for Dortmund.
I think both sides are getting a little bit desperate now. The goalkeepers have started to throw it long.
I think you're getting tired as well. They've put a lot into today.
Yeah, Copperan just took that shot on, 15 metres out. That's a long way.
Going for the speculative now.
Yeah.
But they have another opportunity here. Free kick, 3 minutes 56 to go. Out comes Loris Lambot, the goalkeeper, just trying to get his wall together. Referee blows the whistle, gets us back underway. Furman, crossfield. Can he whip in a left foot shot? Oh, he's almost tripped there. Surely that's a goal kick.
Yeah.
But another referee might have given that as a potential trip.
It was close to being a trip there. I think he dangled a foot in there and lucky to get away with that one.
So Charleroi will work it from the back. Corentin Detra running across field, still in the centre circle. He's got time and space here, knocks it off the boards. Up there to Bertrand Charman. It's a corner. Corner here to Cecifoot Charleroi. 3 minutes, 31 seconds left.
It's getting very tense out here, Keith.
I don't know which way this game will go. If a shot can beat a keeper, we could have a grandstand finish. Everybody again back for Dortmund. Oh, it's lifted in. That could be confuse the defence, but away comes Furman. Anticipated that, and he's raced now deep into the Charleroi half. Not quite sure where the ball is, so he's going to fight for it down the line. And it's another foot for a goal clearance.
Goal clearance, 3:15.
Overarm throw. You're saying getting a bit. This game is getting stretched long, and Faria threw himself at the ball. Couldn't connect with it. I was going to say get a carpet burn, but I don't think you necessarily get that anymore on these surfaces.
No, not on these rubber crumb pitches. They're so soft.
Oh,
that's okay. He can do that long as he's not in any proximity to another player.
Threw himself at the ball, and he's won possession up to the halfway line. Clock's ticking down. 2 minutes 51 seconds to go. Corentin Delta out to the Detra out to the far side. Jean-Michel Bertichon. Again, they're really challenging on the far side. Surely there was a push there by Copperan. Allowed to get away with that by the referee, but possession is back with the Belgian side who are working their way left-hand side just inside the Dortmund half. Out to the far side, 2 minutes 23 to go. Nice little back heel, but Daniel Faria couldn't read it, but he could get it now. Chance here, saved by the keeper, back out, it's there! That's got to be the winning goal for Cecifoot Charleroi with 2 minutes 13 seconds to go. Your thoughts of a 0-0 draw have been dissipated as far as RNC Hereford are concerned. So that's going to make it all level at the top of the table. If the game was to end right now, it would be Dortmund 0, Cecifoot Charleroi 1. Both Hereford and Charleroi locked together on 14 points at the top of the table.
Yeah, as you were. Good finish by Daniel.
They needed him. I said it was a man for the moment.
You did,
and there he was.
You did indeed,
Not
Keith.
First time saved, second time dispatched into the back of the net.
Yep. Good finish.
Jean-Michel Bertichon has gone down, feeling his right sort of thigh, I think, as much as anything else.
I think that's a
He's
bit of
staying on the pitch.
Bit of gamesmanship going on there.
2 minutes 13 seconds to go. Here's Furman for Dortmund. They've got to come up with something quickly themselves now. He's working his way through. Challenged fairly, but he keeps possession. Has to be forced back almost to the halfway line. And Copperan has picked it up now. Oh, that was he was bundled over. I thought it was a push barge really by Maxime Detra. Ball will drop though to Daniel Faria. Again, he's still going through. He never seems to give up. He's there again. Gets his foot on the ball. Now he's blocked. Takes 3 players to get it away from him. And away come Borussia Dortmund. 1 minute 33 to go. Will there be a Dortmund fight back late in the game, or is that going to be the winning goal? 1 minute 25 to go now as Copperan, head down, tries to retain possession, but then Jean-Michel Berticham does the sensible thing, and he's dribbling forward here, could make it 2-0. It hits the post and back to the keeper. That really could have been it. Second goal there. That would have been a definite killer blow.
Yeah, that would have killed the game off completely.
There's Daniel Ferret. Blocked. Tackled by Altenbus. Still there. And again, he challenges. He will not give this ball up. And he's dribbling through now. Right foot. Oh, chipped onto the post. That was a great effort. That really was. Top draw. And the goalkeeper, Leigh Decker, got his fingers to it, kept it out. It's still 1-0. We're not over yet, but just 35 seconds to go. Furman needs to get in the box. He can't, and it's gone behind for a goal clearance. And if I was Charleroi now, I would, as a coach, I'd just say keep the ball possession. Don't do anything silly. Don't give it away. You've got just 30 seconds to go. 30 seconds away from a vital 3 points.
Yeah, let's just keep the ball now. Get comfortable possession in the opposition's half, away from your own goal, and just keep it. Take it into the corners, just kill the game off.
Off comes the experienced Jean-Michel Berticham. So will that Daniel Ferreira goal, the Portuguese star, so experienced in Brazil, has he got the winner? I think he has. The ball's deep now in the opposition half, and that's gone behind for a goal clearance with 19.6 seconds to go. No time at all for Dortmund. They've got to go route one. Down the middle it goes. It's Copperan challenging two players. Tries to get a right foot shot in. Almost kicks the Charleroi player. It's still in the box, but it has gone behind for a goal kick. And I think that is it. Cecifoot, Charleroi are going to pick up 3 points here with just 6.9 seconds to go. Long throw up into the Dortmund half. 3, 2, 1. Game over. Dortmund 0. Cecifoot, Charleroi 1. And the Belgian side, through their Portuguese striker Daniel Ferreira, has found a way through the Dortmund defence. They've won this game by 1-0. Really tight affair, Dixie. But I thought that was a really creditable performance from both sides. Neither team wanted to lose. No, it took a star man to come on and win that match.
Yeah, Daniel was definitely the difference between the two sides. In the few moments he was off the pitch and we didn't think he was coming back, that's when Dortmund were in the ascendancy and we thought Dortmund were going on to win the game. But Daniel's coming back on. He's made such a difference. I mean,
that's a commitment for him, because you thought, the coach's gone on.
Yeah.
That's it, end of. But whether he was talked into it, whether he talked himself into coming on.
I thought he was done.
He reacted not once but twice, because he got the shot in, palmed back by the goalkeeper, and then he dispatched it to get that vital goal.
He also took a little bit of buffering when he come back on for that last session. There was a couple of times he was buffeted down. A lesser player could have easily said, I've had enough, I'm going. But not him. Superb performance by him. A lovely finish. And even though no side really deserved to lose that game, Charleroi, they've come out on top, and we go forward to Dortmund in a month's time. Would it all square again?
Having lost, you'd think Dortmund might feel they're out of it, but then they're on home soil next time around.
That's right.
So if they get 2 victories, they'd then go up to 16 points in the table. At the moment, Charleroi on 14, Hereford on 14. Hereford top on goal difference, free scoring. They've scored 20 goals, Hereford, in their matches. That's probably the difference between the sides at the top of the table. But you look at Charleroi and Dortmund's defence and you think, well, maybe they could stop Hereford's inroads in that one. Dortmund could get still very much involved.
Yeah.
Full-time score then. Borussia Dortmund 0, Cecifoot Charleroi 1.
RNC is a specialist residential college for young people with a visual impairment. It's somewhere that you can learn to be yourself amongst a peer group who have similar life experiences. Our broad curriculum combines academic and vocational subjects with specialist skills for life. From independent living skills to Braille lessons. From mobility training to learning assistive technology skills. For more information on the RNC difference, visit rnc.ac.uk.
Are you interested in growing your own food? Would you like to learn how to supply your own fresh vegetables on a weekly basis? Would you like to learn new skills? Would you like to share your growing experiences? Why not come over to Bransford Community Farm and see what is growing? Visit our developing market garden open morning on Friday the 19th of May. For more details visit www.bransfordcommunityfarm.org.
So full time here on the fourth match of round 3 of the European Blind Football League. It finishes Borussia Dortmund 0, Cecifoot Charleroi 1. I'm here with Tom Bendel. Tom, what a game that was in just a few moments.
It was a good game. It was tight, it was cagey. Both teams had a game plan. And they've both kind of come out and Dortmund was really unlucky, I thought, my personal view. They had a plan to stop Fario up top, and unfortunately, Charleroi scored a late goal, but they had a lot of chances, and they probably deserve it.
Well, Tom, let's have a look at some of those highlights that we had from that last match, because there was a few of them. Let's put it like that.
Yes.
So we started things off nice and early, and this is what we were saying in the first half, that Dortmund came with a game plan. Yeah. They really frustrated Charleroi, but then they just managed to break through at moments just like this, and Furman coming down that wing, really diving in. But Charleroi eventually had a plan, and this man, well, he was a key all game long, Daniel Garcia.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Garcia, he was getting in. He's a very tricky player. He's really, really good. Going forward, he is their main threat. But like I said, I thought Dortmund did really well to contain him in the first half. And in the second half, go back to the RNC game, he had a lot of chances against us. He scored 2 great goals. Looking at the highlights, Furman was always a threat for Dortmund as well. He's a tricky player. He gets in, he dribbles well, he dribbles fast. And Jean as well, Jean-Michel, he's getting in, and he has some good chances.
Well, this is it. Jean-Michel, for me, was the glue of the team that held it all together. He was the one that was getting the ball and creating the chances for Charleroi to come up front. And Dortmund, they kept their game plan, but as you saw there in the final minute or so, a goal and then 2 shots hitting the post, just like that, straight back at the keeper. Yeah,
John, he's worked so hard. I was watching the game up on the balcony, and I was just saying how well he'd done and how well he'd performed in that game. And he was out on his legs at the end, to be fair to him. And He's got the team over the line. They've got big 3 points there against Dortmund.
And Charleroi really were trying to keep Fossi under arms, really, because they saw the damage he did to your side earlier on today, scoring those 2 goals in our first match of the day against RNC. As you said, it was the perfect game plan. It just fell apart in the final 2 minutes.
It did, yeah. It's a massive shame for Dortmund, because they had the plan and they executed it up until that moment, and he's got in and the keeper's made a great save, actually, and then the rebound, he's slotted away really, really good. You can see the quality of his finishing in the game against RNC. He scored 2 really good goals, great finishing, so he's always a threat. Do feel for Dortmund in that last few minutes.
And a win there for Dortmund would have been key as they take it over to Germany in June. Apparently over 2,000 will be in attendance there. That home crowd might help them get back into the league with 2 wins in June.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, if they have 2 wins out in Dortmund, again, on home soil, a big stadium, a lot of tickets been sold apparently. They're no means out of it, but a win today would have really put RNC, Charleroi and Dortmund all kind of vying for that top space. Sure. But it still means that we're going out to Dortmund and we've got to play Dortmund, and they're going to be up for it. They know that they need 3 points.
Well, Tom, we'll stay with you in just a few moments' time as we hear some more messages from our sponsors.
GB Labs Media Storage Solutions give users the flexibility to create a globally unified file system, meaning you can work seamlessly from any location in the world. With a small footprint that delivers high performance, our wide range of products are specifically built for media, with every option running our industry-leading intuitive storage operating system, offering endless tools and features to enhance workflows. Built for working in office, remote, and hybrid, Work on all of your projects with speed, security, and peace of mind. For intelligent media storage and workflows, visit our website or give us a call today.